Imagine this. A young boy in Budapest hides his identity papers to survive the Nazis, then grows up to bet billions against a national currency, and ends up giving away more than he kept. This is the story of George Soros, how luck, curiosity, and a relentless habit of questioning turned survival into one of the most remarkable investing careers of the 20th century. George Soros was born as Georgi Schwartz in Budapest in 1930. His family changed their name to Soros in the 1930s to stay safer as anti-Semitism rose. During World War II, they survived by using false papers and by keeping their heads down, experiences that left him skeptical of authority and deeply aware of the fragility of institutions. After the war, he moved to London, studied at the London School of Economics, and early on combined philosophy with finance, a mix that would shape everything he did next. Soros's thinking was shaped by two things: intellectual curiosity and relentless self-reflection. He wasn't just looking for trades. He was trying to understand how people form beliefs and how those beliefs move markets. He famously called this reflexivity, the idea that market participants' biases change market fundamentals, and those changes feed back into participants' beliefs. This mental model made him comfortable taking big, contrarian bets when he thought the consensus was wrong. After working at banks in London and New York, Soros started his own funds in the late 1960s and 1970s. The Quantum Fund, the vehicle most associated with him, began small but grew massively by taking concentrated, high-conviction positions and exiting quickly when the thesis changed. His plan was never to hold every position forever. It was to act when asymmetry offered favorable risk versus reward, and to rethink positions constantly. That operational discipline, small team, fast decisions, clear risk limits, powered huge returns. The moment most people point to is Black Wednesday, September 16, 1992. Soros believed Britain's place in the ERM, a system tying European currencies together, was unsustainable. He used the Quantum Fund to short the pound, selling pounds and buying other currencies, and when the UK government couldn't defend the currency, the pound crashed. Soros's fund reportedly made about $1 billion on that trade, and the episode cemented his reputation as the man who broke the Bank of England. But the bigger lesson wasn't just the money. It was his willingness to bet decisively when the evidence and feedback signals lined up. Soros's career hasn't been without fights. His market moves drew political heat, and his huge philanthropic work made him a target for critics and conspiracy theorists. He's been accused of meddling in politics, accusations that mix fact and exaggeration, and some governments have turned his influence into a political rallying point. Facing intense public criticism became part of his challenge. He had to defend both his investing record and his civic commitments. Soros didn't stop at wealth. He founded the Open Society Foundations and has given away tens of billions to support education, civil society, and democratic institutions worldwide. His donations and grants aimed to build institutions that check power and support open societies in many countries. Over time, this turned Soros from just a successful investor into one of the most influential philanthropic figures of his era. George Soros's life is a study in contradictions. A survivor who became one of the sharpest speculators, a fierce critic of concentration of power who amassed great influence, a man who made billions in markets and then poured much of it back into the world. For anyone building a business or an investment approach, his story reminds us that big outcomes come from clear thinking, bold action, constant reflection, and a willingness to use success to pursue something larger than yourself. If you take one thing from Soros's journey, let it be this: build your mind before you build your money. If you found this video to be interesting, like and subscribe so that I can improve.